I'm doing even better now.
How was that?
It was fun. That was one of the first times we got to spend some time with Travis. So we shot it back in the off season. So it was a lot of fun. He's got a lot more, I guess, personality than I do. So he kind of carried the team in that one.
No backflip for you.
No, if I could, I would honestly, but I just can't.
And that's all your dance moves. You gave us everything on that.
I kind of left it all out there. Yeah, that was more than I wanted to give, but that was good.
Thinking back to that, as you just said, that was a long time ago. Thinking to your relationship with him now, just how much have you guys kind of gotten closer and grown?
Yeah, we've built a great relationship. Obviously, it's still the beginning of hopefully a long time playing together, but it's been awesome. He's a guy that's is easy to talk to work with. He wants to be great, wants to get better. Running routes after practice, doing all the little things. Like, he wants to do all those things. So when I grab him, it's always like, yes, like what can I do to help you, and vice versa. And I feel the same way. So that's been easy. I think just getting to know him a little bit more personally has been fun, and going to continue to do that throughout the season and moving forward. That's important. To know your teammates and be able to relate to them in different ways.
You've been around Travis Etienne for a long time. How well does he fit into this offense?
It's been great, seeing everything he can do with the ball. I mean, I've seen it for a long time, and I think people around the league have seen it, and at times it's been used in different ways, but I think this is a great opportunity to really maximize what he's good at, and he's good at a few different things, but just getting the ball in his hands, and that can be run game, pass game, whatever it is. He's a dynamic playmaker, hard to tackle once he gets the ball, great in space. And those are just things he's really good at. So to see him continue to build on those is going to be fun.
You get excited for week 1 still?
Of course. Yeah, there's nothing like it. First game of the year. Obviously, even the preseason games, I still get the little butterflies before you go out because it still means something. But the first one that counts, it does have a different feel to it. And you obviously have a whole game plan. You put in all the work the week before, but really kind of all off season builds up to that because you always know who that first opponent is. So not that you're game planning 4 months ago, you don't start that early, but you still are thinking about that first opponent and what's coming up. So a lot that's built to this moment. We got to just go play, and obviously the first games there's a little bit of who's going to do what. There could be some changes you got to adjust in game, and that's going to be important for us, but it'll be fun.
How do you prepare for a defense that has the same scheme and they don't have a lot of new players to their lineup?
Yeah, it's you trust what you see as far as scheme goes. But they can always do something different. It's like every defense now can do anything. It's like people do so many different things. And you don't want to think that way because you do have your plan and you want to play fast and let it rip. But you are aware that week 1, we all have the same tape. This defense coordinator, he knows what he does, what he's good at, what he wants to do. He knows that we know that, and there's just mind games, I guess, going back and forth of what they could possibly do. But you trust what you see. You put a good plan in place, which I think we've had a great start on, and we're going to go play and adjust in game if we need to. So it's always kind of a little bit of that back and forth, and then especially when they got a lot of new players, it's not the same guys on tape that you're watching. So it's the scheme, but you start looking at some different tells from certain players, and you're like, oh, this guy's it's not going to be this guy that I'm playing against. So there's certain things that you just have to, it's just part of it. Everyone's doing it.
Kind of in line with that, how helpful it all was watching Liam's 2 games against Carolina last year, because Tampa did a lot of great things in both those meetings.
It was great. Just to see, obviously, you can watch the other games and you can tell what different offenses are doing, but to see our system and the things that they were doing and be able to know exactly what they were running, what they were trying to run, what the can was, what the protection change was, to see all those things and know what they are, it does make watching it pretty valuable. And having that matchup, that being a division opponent for Tampa and Liam being there, is definitely is a good thing for us as far as just planning purposes and getting ready for this week.
You said earlier this week that he's eager to see how you handle existing in the gray, the way he calls it, when things are breaking down and it's not going according to plan and stuff like that. Do you have a better feel for the way you'll react in a new offense that way, or is that not even something that you think about?
Yeah, it's hard to simulate that in practice, honestly, because practice is pretty structured, especially when you're going through the different scout looks for what you're trying to get. Typically, you just don't have enough time, right, to get like all the bad looks to all your plays. Like you want to see the ones that it's put in for, and then we talk about every different thing that could come up coverage-wise and what I need to be thinking and what I need to get to. But it's hard to simulate that in practice. So I think just training my brain to move through progressions quickly. Obviously, I trust my guys up front, but protection is not going to be perfect every play. It's NFL. There's really good pass rushers on every team. So being able to move, make plays off schedule, that's important. And it'll be fun to get out there and do it and just go play. That's the fun, all the, kind of your eagerness leading up to the game. And then once the ball's snapped, you feel like yourself settle down and just go play free and let the plays come to you.
Did you have a lot of conversations with Baker Mayfield this offseason? And if so, did anything settle you down in this offense that he said?
Yeah, I've talked to him a few times, and gave me a lot of confidence. I've heard great things from other people as well, coming into whether it's about Liam or the system or whatever. But hearing his experience and obviously what they were able to do last year as an offense was super impressive, and especially as an individual, Baker played really well. So just talking to him, and he's told me just how much I'm going to love the offense, how much it's going to help me and help our offense really just go to the next level, all those things. I mean, he's been a huge help for me and given me a lot of confidence.
You told us last week that, maybe you'd need some extra time with Tim Patrick to make sure he got the playbook all squared away. What is your expectation in terms of how he'll be used versus the rest of the wide receivers and the skill players at your disposal?
Yeah, he'll be used. I don't want to get into all the details necessarily. I don't want to bore you guys, but he'll be used. He'll be ready to play, and I've been impressed already with how he's picked it up. Obviously, we're not going to say get out there and play 60 plays and throw stuff at him that he hasn't really repped, but he's a guy that can go out and make plays. He's shown it. He's been in some different complex offenses. I think he's definitely has the bandwidth to learn everything quickly and be ready to play, especially now that we have a game plan. You have something you can study, and it's not going to be like sometimes in practice, call-it periods, you're pulling stuff that you haven't done in 2 weeks. We know what we're doing. You got to plan for it so he can get himself ready.
What's your confidence level in the front five for you after everything in the preseason, guys changing roles a few minutes, they come down to five? What's your level of confidence?
A lot of confidence. That group has done a great job just buying in. Obviously, we have some new guys. I think what they've brought to the room has been really big, just as far as seeing the guys come together. It's been cool, and getting to know some of those new guys better. But yeah, I think in training camp, I mean, the guys having to rotate in, it gives me even more confidence because, something could happen. You never know. God forbid anything happens to anyone. But I think seeing 7, 8, 9 guys play together and play pretty well gives you a lot of confidence. The quarterback, I'm sure, staff, offensive staff as well. But the 5 that are going to run out there on Sunday, I got all the faith in, and I know they got my back. I got their back, and that's one of the biggest things. But they're great players too, and I know they're going to get it done.
Are you kind of eager to see Travis on both sides of the ball thing, or are you just more worried about him on offense?
I'm more worried about him on offense. Not as in like I don't want him to play defense. I'm worried about what we're trying to do on offense and just staying focused on that. But yeah, it will be cool to see him. It will be cool to see him doing both. I haven't seen that, so it'd be pretty cool.
How important is a fast start to the season?
I mean, every game matters so much. Everyone says that you take it 1 week at a time, but it does matter. I mean, starting 1-0 is a lot better than starting 0-1. So it just gets you going, gets a win under your belt, kicks the season off the right way. Then you get down later in the season and trying to make the playoffs wherever you're at in your season, and you always think about, well, what if we just won that one earlier in the year? Close one, week 1 or week 2 or whatever it was. You got to win those games. So I'm excited to get out there and go do it Sunday.
This team lacked identity the last 2 years, and do you feel like you guys know who you are or have a good idea of who you want to be anyway?
Yeah, I do. I feel like everyone is on the same page, and who we want to be, and I think who we're becoming, right? But I mean, you're not really tested till the season and adversity hits, and I have a good feeling about how we're going to respond, but you got to see it, and there's going to be, as good of a year as we could have, there's still going to be some adversity and some ups and downs, and It's about just staying together. So that's we've been preaching that, and the guys have bought into it. That's what's important. Not that it's said, but that people actually believe it and do it. And I have a lot of confidence in it.
Does the excitement outweigh the uncertainty?
Yeah, for week 1, you mean? Yeah, I mean, of course. That's just excited to go back out there and play. There's always uncertainty in football, you know. That's especially playing quarterback. You want every play to go the way you have it planned, but it never does. So it's about playing in that, like we talked about, playing in that gray and making smart decisions and just playing fast. Trust on what you see, and I'm just excited to get out there. It's been a long time. You know, I'm excited to get out there.
So who do you think you are? Just to get a good feel or good idea of who you guys might be.
I mean, we're a tough, physical team. It's something we're going to pride ourselves on. I think being situationally really smart, that's such a big part of this game and in this league. Games come down to one score more often than they don't. So the situations are huge, and that'll win and lose you a lot of games. And then just detail-oriented group that's really the small things matter so much. And I think that's something that this staff has done an awesome job of preaching to us, and it's been coached really hard every day. How important those details are, the communication, and it's something we've gotten a lot better at. But like I said, you know, you want to see it all come together on Sunday when the bullets are flying and see us do that for a full game.
Thanks, Trevor.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.